Citizens who are wondering what is going to happen to our children after grade 6. And it is also the reason why we are implementing the student-centered funding model. And we have reasons for that, and I'll explain. Number 2, 7, as a fresher. And I had a loans board. I paid my loan facility with. So the loan component is not a new thing. It's what has always been there. It's what we have. Rural areas, informal settlements, marginalized areas, they send to university. It is the reason laboratories in those schools, because those schools, many of them to setting during the examination. That disturbs me a lot. 1,000 children who go to school and they have no chance of going to university because about 12% of the students are in band 1. But all of them, without exception, go to band 1. Children who are associated with disabilities, they are classified as vulnerable. All of them go to band 1. And students whose parent loan, we decided that for these kids, we raise it. And that is roughly maybe something below 5,000 shillings a semester. 90% loan and scholarship, 80%, 10% loan, and the household pays 10% loan and 10% household they pay.
They have too much, but because they have compassion on the people in the society who the government is unable or unwilling to help. Ministry be able to put it better than the president himself. The other person that the comrades are very angry with is Mr. President, as things stand, we do not have a representative. Ukweli ama uongo? We do not have a representative unless you enable us. We have 22 CSS, we have CASs, we have permanent secretaries, and all these people have budgets and they have salaries, but I'll put that aside, Mr. President.
Only 12% of the whole population of the students in this country are placed in band 1.
This guy in front here. Yep.
To His Excellency, Mr. President, all protocols of served.
I will take it as homework. Yes, maybe my peers there can help me.
Professor Mugendi is
also tell Karen that KRA is not the only parameter we use.
President. Let's put our hands together.
Please, you can take your seats, for lack of a better word. And that was a very wrong classification. And that is why when I became Vice Chancellor of Moi University, then Professor Ogot, saying that the minister is causing confusion, there is a lot of value in us balancing our education between knowledge, 1,000 students in our TVETs. I started the first 30, Evans, my good friend Evans Mushanga. Your issue is that the default. You know, any student who has gone through university, unless their parents paid the full fee, any crime, if you have a loan and you genuinely don't have the money to pay for it, because you can't ask a person who is tamaking to pay, because, I mean, you'd just be asked more aggressive nowadays. So I think the position, it's the honorable thing to do so that the next bunch of kids can also access.
And a round of applause for His Excellency. Students, please don't leave. Kindly. Students, a reminder, please let's maintain our position. Don't leave. Even after His Excellency has exited, kindly let's stay back.
If indeed education is an equalizer, how will this new funding model assist those persons with living with disability? Because we do believe disability is not inability. My second question goes to, I'm from Tana River County, so we are believed to be those that come from marginalized areas of this country. So you've spoken about cybers. In my local area, the next cyber, you normally travel close to about 46 kilometers. I believe you've been there. Ama namna gani? So mine is to ask on these persons that live in marginalized areas, if they will be able to access internet and all this connectivity for them to be able to be put along this new funding model. Thank you.
Students who live with disability, as I have said, in this model, we have actually said that those students living with disability, they automatically qualify for Band 1. They get 95% funding, both scholarship and loan. Where is the PS?
Your Excellency, 95% government support,
Yes.
70% scholarships, and 25% loan.
Okay, so those are the students, and the parents only pay 5%. In the old model, they were paying 20%. Was what was outlined. Secondly, you are aware that people living with severe disability, we have expanded the numbers of citizens who now qualify for cash transfer. We had 1.2 million citizens. We've now expanded that to 1.7 million citizens. We just recruited another 500,000 aged orphans and people living with disability for us to be able to look after the vulnerable. Because as a society, we have to look out for the people who are vulnerable, especially those who live with disability. You asked me about cyber. It is true. I was in Tana River actually about a month and a half ago. And I can confirm that the distances are far. But the good news is this. If you speak to your member of parliament, we have already agreed with them that they will set up an ICT hub in every ward in Kenya. We have changed the law. The CDF law that was used for just building schools, we changed the law. I signed the law into effect, and now we are using CDF to build an ICT hub in every ward for 3 reasons. Reason number 1 is to make sure that ICT infrastructure is available to citizens, including students. Number 2 is because we have a big program on digital jobs. And number 3, we want to encourage digital commerce, and we want government services to be available on that digital space, and therefore citizens don't have to come to Nairobi or to go to other areas. They can access government services from those ICT hubs.
My question was about my institution there at TUK. So when you were coming to launch the S block at the Technical University of Kenya, you told us that there was the land that is behind the Kenya Poly, that is the Technical University of Kenya. You told us that that land belongs to us, and nowadays I see that land is used as a parking space by some people we don't even understand. So kindly can you clarify how that land went? Because we will occupy that land.
Vice Chancellor.
Thank you, Your Excellency. Vice Chancellor from Technical University of Kenya. Your Excellency, you gave us that land, and we have been following the due process to get the documentation. I told my students not to occupy the land because we need to have the title deed so that we do the right thing. And I want to appreciate that, Your Excellency, my student led by my president who is here, Alex, we've been talking to them. It's true, there's a team that made a fence and they started parking there. And the students said that the president said this is our land. And we have written letters even to your office through the head of public service to that effect. And we are waiting to get the response. So kindly don't occupy. We are going to get the title deed so that we do it in the right way.
Where is the CS for education? Please make sure that you talk with your colleague at the Ministry of Lands to make sure that that piece of land is, justice is done, and that my good friend doesn't have to go to occupy. And we can give them the title, and not just the title. We can actually, using our housing fund facility, we can help them put up some hostels if that is what the university wants.